Ever talked to your ex since the divorce? Brenda asked, swirling the Chardonnay in her stemmed glass. The women were enjoying the late afternoon sun on the Traveler Hotel's terrace. Brenda paused, a beat too long. Nope. Not since I kicked him to the curb and slapped him with a restraining order. Don't know. Don't care. He tried to weasel his way back to the kids, but once I laid it all out for them, they iced him out. Smart kids. Ellie, the newbie in the group, leaned in, intrigued. Was it tough, the breakup? Still feels raw. A year, Brenda scoffed. This creep dragged his feet on the divorce for a solid year. Finally realized the kids wanted nothing to do with him, so he caved, signed the papers, and vanished. Good riddance. But truthfully, he checked out emotionally 2 years ago. Ellie's question was inevitable. Why'd you pull the trigger on divorce? 'Cause he betrayed me, cheated. Brenda's voice cracked, just a hair. Cheated? With who? Gina Evans's voice sliced through the air. Heads turned. Gina stood there, radiating confidence, a slight smirk playing on her lips. Is that Jack Van Dam's ex? Someone whispered. No way he cheated, another woman replied. Not Jack, impossible. And certainly not with me, Gina stated, her voice clear and strong. I'd remember that. It's impossible. Brenda, still playing your little games? Brenda whipped around, eyes blazing. Well, look who slithered in. You got nerve showing your face? Look who's talking, Brenda grumbled. You were all over Jack when we were still together. Your lies blew up our relationship, and you still have the gall to accuse him of cheating with you? Gina's eyebrows shot up. That was 2 years ago, Brenda, as you damn well know. If I'd been intimate with Jack, trust me, I'd recall it. 2 years ago, I was knee-deep in general linguistics, studying abroad in Edinburgh. Scotland, remember? I can prove my location then with more certainty than you can prove yours right now. I actually just flew back for a week after 3 years overseas. Before that, I was teaching high school upstate. Pretty far from Jack, wouldn't you say? Brenda's face drained of color. This wasn't the script she'd written. If it wasn't you, then who was he cheating with? When I found out he was unfaithful, I tossed him out. Brenda's voice rose, a desperate edge creeping in. Gina, you publicly shamed him. You made sure he couldn't stay in this town. I bet even his parents bought your act. Gina's eyes narrowed. Personally, I think they weren't fooled at all. Just influenced by you. Are those kids even his? Something I might ask, but I gotta run. Got things to do, including talking to Jack's parents. Brenda's face went even paler, if that was possible. Don't you dare! You'll regret it! Gina stared at her, a cold smile forming. Life hasn't been kind, has it, Brenda? Lay off the heavy makeup, honey. It's not helping. And maybe keep your hair up. That resin's getting noticeable. Despite the harsh words, a flicker of something almost like pity crossed Gina's face. Duty calls. Gotta give your ex-in-laws my alibi, you know, in case of treason. Coldly, she turned to leave, pausing at the terrace exit. Thanks for divorcing him, by the way. Once I find him, he's mine. As for your threats? Absurd. I start a new job tomorrow, leaving this toxic little bubble for good. With that, Gina walked to her car, a sleek black SUV, and sped towards the Van Dam mansion. The house was exactly as she remembered it, imposing and elegant. 3 parking spots neatly lined the gate, flanked by 2 towering ginkgo biloba trees, planted by Jack's great-grandparents, she recalled. The long driveway, shaded by mature oaks, led to the house itself. Gina parked, grabbed her laptop bag, and climbed the wide granite steps to the front door. She knocked politely. The heavy oak door swung open, and Jack's grandfather stood there, his eyes sharp and intelligent. Yes, dear lady, he asked, his voice surprisingly robust for a man his age. Good afternoon, Mr. Van Dam. I'm Gina Evans. Do you remember me? It's been a while. Gina, he said, a slow smile spreading across his face. Yes, I remember. Weren't you involved in this whole mess with Jack's marriage? Gina nodded. Yes, sir. But I can assure you Jack and I never had an affair. I have proof I was in Edinburgh at the time. Rick Sr., as she remembered him being called, fixed his gaze on Gina, his eyes piercing. She felt like he could see right through her. After a long, silent moment, he spoke, his eyes twinkling. Call me Rick, please. Rick Sr. Amazing and brave of you to come here. My son and daughter-in-law, they blame Jack for everything. I don't. Never believed he was capable of what Brenda accused him of. Why are you trying to clear his name, Gina? Rick Sr. asked, his gaze unwavering. Gina knew this man would spot a lie instantly. Honesty was her only play. Jack doesn't know it yet, but I plan to marry him. First, I need to find him. Do you know where he is, Rick? The old man's eyes twinkled again. He's out of touch with the family right now, but I have reason to believe he's in St. Christopher's Crossing, working at the university there. He studied her face. You're a remarkable woman, Gina. Let's keep this between us, shall we? I have a secret of my own to share. Father, who's at the door? Anne Van Dam's voice echoed from inside the house. Rick Sr. grinned, a mischievous glint in his eye. Gina, do you know your way to the kitchen? Gina nodded, a nervous smile playing on her lips. She turned and almost collided with Jack's mother, Anne, who stood framed in the doorway, her face a mask of suspicion. How dare you? Anne hissed. You ruined my son's marriage, and now you waltz in here uninvited. Get out! Rick Sr. stepped forward, his voice firm. Anne, she's my guest, and I will hear what she has to say. She claims she was out of the country when all this scandal happened. Anne Van Dam's demeanor shifted instantly, disbelief replacing anger. What? I find that hard to believe. Gina calmly opened her laptop, smiled at Rick Sr. and said, I can prove it. An hour later, Gina sat across from a distraught mother and a still stern but now intrigued grandfather. What should I do now? She wondered aloud. Gina made a decision, again opting for honesty. I don't know. Jack and we connected quickly, became real friends. As close as you can be, maybe. But then Brenda came along. Gina recounted the story she'd once shared with Brenda, the loss of a close friend, a soulmate, carefully omitting any mention of a suspected pregnancy. Now, Jack needs to know the truth, if we can find him, that is. Anne was visibly shaken by the tale of Brenda's manipulation. Jack needs to meet this woman, she declared. Gina, would you join us for dinner, honey? Anne's voice softened. And please, tell Randall the story of your grief. Gina politely declined, explaining she needed to prepare for her new job, pointedly not revealing its location. Anne glanced away, a flicker of regret in her eyes. Gina, if you find Jack, please let us know. I think we misjudged him, made the wrong choices. I just want my youngest son back. If, or rather, when I find him, Gina replied calmly. I'll let you know, but I can't reveal his whereabouts. It's not my place. Jack disappeared for a reason. He doesn't want to be found right now. With that, Gina headed for her car. Halfway there, a hulking figure caught her eye. Oh no, she muttered. Jack's brother, Rick Jr. She watched him approach the house. His advanced age and weight gain were striking. His gait, gorilla-like. Broad chest, thick neck, wide shoulders, arms held awkwardly away from his body. A noticeable belly strained against his shirt, Shallow steps, thick thighs rubbing together as he wheezed like an old steam locomotive. Rick Jr., oblivious to Gina's presence, studied the slender, dark-haired woman walking away. She looked familiar, but he couldn't place her. Could use a bigger chest, he thought, a crude thought surfacing unbidden. Wish they'd hug me. He lumbered into the house, bumping into his grandfather in the hallway. Guest? Rick Jr. grunted, noticing Gina's retreating figure. Rick Sr., face impassive, replied, Yes, an old friend of Jack's wanting to reconnect. Unfortunately, we don't have his current address. Lying little man, Rick Jr. muttered, annoyed. Gotta keep up the act. Gotta deal with him. In every sense. He wheezed his way upstairs to his specially designed apartment, created after an AC accident in the house, an incident no one ever quite explained. Meanwhile, Brenda was drowning in her own thoughts. The divorce had finalized when Jack, or Jacob as he was sometimes called, was 35, just 2 years younger than her. Their kids, born practically back-to-back, were now teenagers, 16 and 15. Their paths hadn't crossed immediately. Brenda first noticed Jack when he emerged from the pool at the local athletic club, 18 years old, dripping wet. Initially, she'd barely registered him, but then a dark-haired girl approached, helping him out of his wetsuit. Brenda couldn't help but notice him then. Stunningly attractive. She watched, studying his features. When the girl dried him with a towel and he raised his arms, Brenda saw the subtle flecks of muscle. A swimmer's physique. Powerful muscles, hidden under a light layer of youthful softness. She was determined to have him. Ignoring the likely girlfriend, Brenda started strategizing. It took 6 months to chip away at Jack's shyness. Luck intervened when the girlfriend moved away, making Brenda's manipulations easier. Jack invited Brenda to his family's monthly barbecue. He was the youngest of 3, a late arrival, she learned. At the barbecue, Brenda was struck by the brothers' resemblance. Same height, same dark hair, almost identical faces. But the differences were stark. Rick Jr. was massive. Brick house build, bulging muscles. Jack was more elegantly built, no obvious muscle mass. Jack was calm, measured in speech. Rick Jr.? Noisy, energetic, focused on superficial charm. Rick Jr., always considering himself superior, noticed Brenda immediately. An attractive woman, he'd show her some attention. 2 weeks of gifts, constant flattery, and Rick Jr. had Brenda in a decent hotel. A month later, Brenda realized she'd missed her period. She asked Rick Jr. about it. He laughed in her face, told her she should have been taking pills. Brenda, who'd only dated her first boyfriend and Rick Jr., decided she deserved better. She started dating Jack. 3 months later, small ceremony, Brenda and Jack were married. Brenda was ecstatic. Devoted husband, provided for her. And a reckless lover on the side. Jack was skilled in bed, provided financial security. Rick Jr. was a quick fling. Forgettable. His efforts were clumsy, unimpressive. Brenda rarely climaxed with Rick Jr., finding her release in secret alone. 13 years later, Rick Jr.'s lifestyle caught up with him. Years of rampant substance abuse, muscle-enhancing drugs, finally took their toll. Everything imploded when Rick Jr. collapsed at the gym. Nurse nearby, quick action, ambulance arrived just in time. Hospital, diagnosis, myocardial rupture, attributed to prolonged steroid abuse, emergency surgery, discharged with a ruined body, muscles replaced by flab, physical condition wrecked, long-term care needed, Months passed. Rick Jr. began mentoring Brenda, criticizing Jack, urging her to demand more financial stability. Victim act, exaggerating his difficulties, insisting Brenda deserved better. Slowly, his influence seeped in. Brenda's attitude toward Jack shifted negatively. Belittling comments, finding fault. Minor household irritations triggered rages. She insisted on a new car, didn't want to be seen in their old junk. Brenda didn't notice the impact on Jack. Never pushed him this far before. Then, during one of her tirades, Jack simply walked away, mid-sentence. Kids ran in, asking when their father would stop his harsh remarks. "Come back here!" Brenda screamed. "I'm not finished!" But Jack retreated to his cramped home office, door closing firmly behind him, laptop whirring to life. Minute later, Brenda barged in. Jack looked up, eyes cold. "Get out, Brenda, now!" And 15 years of marriage, and Brenda finally saw it. Jack had reached his breaking point. She'd always assumed he was a doormat. Now she saw he was the kind of man who absorbed everything, until he couldn't anymore. Revelation. Jack only lost his temper when pushed to the absolute limit. She saw the pain in his eyes, staring into the abyss she'd created in his soul. Gone too far. Jack had reached his limit. Time to defend himself. Jack had always assumed Rick Jr. would run the family business. Van Am Aeronautics, thriving company, supplying aviation industry with top-tier parts, safety paramount. Jack, doctorate in aeronautics, masters in industrial design, groomed to be future CTO, grandfather's plan. Father seized control, pushed Jack aside, suspected Rick Jr.'s involvement, but indifferent, overwhelmed with work. Father fired him, flimsy pretext. Tried to force him to sign non-compete. Jack laughed in his face. "I am free!" Left home, major competitor waiting, offer he couldn't refuse. Seized opportunity. Worked 28 hours a week. Same salary as full-time Van Am. Better benefits. Long suspected father. Brother would try to oust him. Followed grandfather's advice. Founded company in Luxembourg. Freelance work flowed through it. Offshore internet account, European tax haven. Never revealed extra income source. Brenda assumed extra work, making life comfortable, never questioned it. Eventually, funneled all freelance money offshore, separate from regular income. Part-time jobs necessary, contracts, financial stability. Needed to focus on kids, shorter work days. Next morning, Jack at kitchen table, news on tablet, coffee. Brenda entered. "Where were you all night? I waited up." "About 5 minutes before falling asleep," Jack replied flatly. "Don't be cynical. Tell me everything before I leave. Words for you." Brenda bit back a sarcastic retort, calmly said, "Words are yours." Jack, tired, disappointed. "Working non-stop for days. Your demands. Sacrifice time with kids. My well-being. Over. Reduced workload. Set boundaries. Want more? Contribute too." Short silence. He raised a hand as Brenda opened her mouth. "Not done. Your attitude unacceptable. Continues. Divorce. Your decision. I'm leaving. Breakfast. Not cooked by me for once." Jack left kitchen, Brenda speechless, staring at closed door. Never seen Jack like this. Phone. Dialed Rick Jr. "Rick, Jack's being stubborn again. Lost. How to deal with him." Sigh. Rick Jr. chuckled. "Saw it coming. Backup plan. Don't worry." Jack at desk. Secretary informed him. Unexpected visitor. Perplexed. "Any unscheduled meetings?" "No, sir, but urgent." Receptionist replied. Elderly woman entered, introduced herself, handed him 2 sealed envelopes. Regret to inform you? Summons. Shaking head, woman left, told secretary to keep an eye on him. Terrible news, she muttered. Jack stared at envelopes. Strange relief washed over him. Finally. Over. Foresaw this. Pain still unbearable. Unexpected. Envelope contained restraining order. No contact. Wife, children, parents. Shock. Officially signed document confirming relationship with Gina Evans. Deep pain. Started procedures. Bank accounts frozen. Colleagues, lawyer recommendation. Client, similar situation, lawyer recommendation. Rented modest apartment. Present moment. Brenda overheard Olivia and Brian, hushed tones. Son wanting to talk to father. Curious, Brenda intervened. Talk to Uncle Rick. Problem? Olivia, sarcastic. Uncle Rick? Sweaty? Fat jerk? Doubted wisdom of Rick Jr.'s advice. Brenda shocked, offended. Olivia's disrespect. Clenched jaw, suppressed retort. Uncle? Rick? Incredulous. Yeah, but not best uncle, Olivia admitted. Offered me terrible things. Disgust. Not what he asked for. Brenda couldn't believe it. His own daughter. If true, God help us. Evening. Skeletons tumbling out of closet. Brenda couldn't ignore truth. Rick Jr., threat to her. Kids. Nothing bad yet, but potential danger. Kids' confidence. Ability to stand up to Rick Jr. Jack's doing. Self-esteem he instilled. Real problem. Brenda's impending dependence on Rick Jr. Financial support. Lifestyle. Jack paid significant alimony. Comfortable situation. Soon. Changing. Brenda trapped, regretting decisions. Nice to meet you, Lenny Davis. Gina Evans, smile. Heard great things. Looking forward to working together. Professor Davis, university, experiences, widower, girlfriend, friendly chat, temporary accommodation arranged, friend, Nate Thompson, St. Christopher Trail, guest house. Cozy option, St. Christopher's Forest Residences, lake views, building permits, university staff, best site. Occupied. Part-time assistant. Great with kids, learning, behavioral problems. New training center, help kids reach full potential. Low-profile person. Offered teacher position, declined, prefers distance. Thoughtful look, Gina explored St. Christopher's Wood. 2 months, acclimatization. Wanted to settle here. Gina, Nadia Thompson, walk. Sign caught her eye. Land for sale. Postscript. Construction permit received. Picturesque place. Admired it. Could live here. Wondered about house design, complement environment, revitalize it. Nadia smiled. Know someone. Aeronautical engineer, designer. Skills, vision, dream home. House he's designing, building for himself. Amazing. Keeps to himself, but nice to talk to. Dinner Friday? Meet him? Interested? Nadia smiled. Pleasure, Gina replied, impatient. Van Dam house. Brenda, hesitant. Grandfather? Rick Sr. turned, sharp eyes studying her. Recognized her. Mother of his great-grandchildren. Woman connected to wrong son. Distress sensed. Softly. Yes, dear. What happened? Brenda hesitated. Do you know where Jack is? Rick Sr., silent moment. Mysteriously. Neither confirm nor deny. Why ask? Trouble in paradise? Brenda, stunned, unexpected question, struggled for voice, whispered, Yeah. Old man noticed Brenda's reaction. Time to talk, Rick Jr. Stern tone. Rick Jr. Disgusting moments in his character. Agree? Steroid dependence doesn't help. Brenda hesitated. Don't understand. Old man chuckled. Warned. Don't deceive me. Old, not weak. Son, eldest grandson, underestimate me. Perfectly understand. Charming children, not Jack's. Not. Ridiculous! Brenda screamed. Don't underestimate me, dear. Bet all my wealth. Blue eyes, you. Green eyes, Jack. Brown eyes, children. Genetically unlikely. Don't look like Jack. Rick, Jack, similar. Rick, brown eyes. Time in Rick Jr.'s bed. Brenda's world collapsed. Chairbacks creaked. Fingers pale. Tension. Tongue paralyzed. Grandfather's accusations pierced heart. Wounded, accused her of life at mercy of wrong man, allowed him to dispose of her children, unexpected dare to think of Jack again? Wouldn't help you find Jack, even if I knew. Go. Rick Sr., decisive. Brenda left. Grandpa, window, deep thought. Time to write long letter. Thompson family. Jeff, Nadia, closer. Not yet accepted into house. Gina, knock, door. Looked around neighborhood, uneasy. Door opened. Oh, hello, Gemma, right? Nate, Nathaniel, Nadia, Nathan when upset. Don't be shy, come in. Nadia, kitchen. Nadia's husband, letting Gina in. Scar on face. Nate led to kitchen. Good physical shape, slight limp. Cause? Friendly greeting kitchen. Introduced herself to Jacob, young son, Nadia. House, surroundings, breathtaking. Treasure. How? Nadia's expression shifted. Memories. Story? Grief? Joy? Positive ending? One day share. Nathan's permission first. Few people know. Select few now. Nathan successfully wrested power from despotic local leaders, defeated them. Jacob, not my son. Nathan, late wife's son. 6 months. Jacob, not only child, family. Gina hugged Nadia. Amazing news! Baby's due date? Nathan interrupted. Gina, let me introduce you. Before he finished, Gina exclaimed, Jack! Rushed, hugged him. Jack unperturbed. Gina, long time. Awkward. Gina released him. Nadia, Nathan, exchanged glances. Nathan. Leave you two alone. Office. Office. Jack watched Gina, visibly upset. Informed Brenda. Intimate relationship. Marriage. Signed affidavit. Revelation destroyed marriage. Why glad to see you? Pain, betrayal, lies. Deception extent. Gina anger towards Brenda. Manipulative scheme, tarnish Jack's reputation. Determined tone, Gina. Listen carefully. Before here, lived abroad, 3 years. Heard Brenda bragging in pub, exposed her. After, your parents, explained 3 years. Grandfather, assured me you're well, see you soon. Decided to find you, unaware. So quickly. Admit it, really missed you, Gina said. Jack blushed. Affidavit? Fake, Jack. My feelings, unchanged. Still love you. Never relationship while married. Never. Struggled with betrayal feeling, doubting actions, deserved it. Believe me? Of course, he replied. Proved one fact, talking to grandfather. Believe you can do rest. Always honest before. Yes, believe you. Gina, wave of relief. First obstacle, overcome. Express feelings? Reciprocate? Deep breath. Courage. Pushed back chair. Wanted to ask. Jack walked over, arms around her, gentle hug. Forgive me? Gina indignant. Forgive you? For what? Jack, terribly manipulated. Gina reassured him. Nothing to forgive. Unexpected intimacy. Jack bent, kissed cheek. Gina turned head, lips touched. Gina's hand back of Jack's head pulled closer, passionate kiss. Broke kiss, wide smile. Gina's eyes sparkled. Jack speechless. "Did you just kiss me?" Processing. Gina nodded, mischievous gleam. "Wanted this since you weren't with Brenda anymore. Confessed. Didn't even claim you for Brenda. Just too much hurry." Words hung in air. Jack, confused, undecided. "Not exactly perfect shape." Vulnerable, strangely calm with Gina. Built house, secluded place. Reason. Take time, heal. Demons. Pain. Too much. Let me in. Promise always be by your side. Married Brenda, pregnant. Kids really yours? Strange situation. Time to join friends. One more thing. Professor Davis's job offer. Useful. Return to Thompson's. Gina, simple statement. Decided, discussed everything. He's mine now, not completely sure yet. Nadia, joy, clapping. Wonderful, quickly handled. Next? Gina snuggled Jack, pulled him close. Deep satisfaction. Big plans. Retribution. Never let this guy out of sight again. Second, land scene this afternoon. Find out about it. Dinner, laughter, Gina's stories, friendship time. Evening progressed, atmosphere serious. Gina, difficult question, Jack. Brenda, how explain fully developed son, 6.5 months pregnancy? Jack, negative answer. Fascinated, not understanding, stupid, looking back. What implying? Nathan, understanding emotions, child's birth. Gently hinted, kids not his. Setup. Strikingly similar to me, each other. Brother, sister, undeniable. Jack hesitated, suspicions unvoiced. Gina, Nadia, clung to him, hugged tightly, whispered softly. Jack pulled himself together. What next? Certainty needed. Nadia took his hand. Remember person? Looks like you? Gina, Rick Jr., very similar. Jack shook head. Strained relationship. Nadia paused. Possibility pretending. Deflect suspicion. One way. Paternity test. Complex legal process. High-class lawyer, Diana Morales. Best in field. Best. Nate, contact her? Nadia said. Difficult times for Brenda. Rick Sr. refused to help find Jack. Solutionless. Horrified kids in contact with Rick Jr. Dependent on him, needed him for money. Brenda, household chores, kids' homework. Knock on door, small window man, woman outside. Open door. Help you? Woman, Mrs. Puckett. Brenda Puckett, ex-wife, Jacob Randall Van Dam. Identity confirmed. Matter? Man. Warrant DNA samples children. Failure to comply. Arrest. Confused Brenda. DNA samples? Children? Paternity test? Woman simply answered. Wave of despair. Hoped kids reason for Jack's return. Alimony. Significant amount. Kids maintenance. Finds out kid's not his, financial support stops. Luxurious lifestyle gone. Ambulance. Police. Rick Jr.'s apartment. Rick Sr. watched closely. Gina found Jack. Truth out. Rick Jr. refused to cooperate. Attacked officer. Obese man. Couldn't cope with younger, muscular officer. Rick Sr. horrified. Grandson, noticeably limping, escorted to police car. 2 weeks later, results. Jack! Results ready! Gina exclaimed, alarmed. Heading to Jack. Hard time, Gina support. Couch, Jack studied document, test results. Gina noticed. Complexion paled, worried. Worried? Seizure? She asked. Assured her. Not seizure. Olivia, Brian, Rick Jr.'s children. Swore to make Rick Jr. conniving ex-wife pay. Gina instinctively snuggled Jack. Comfort. Presence. Calm. Security. Gina's attempts. Jack resisted. Chaste hugs. Occasional peck. Gina's desire burned. Jack's eyes. Vulnerability. Shyness. Touched her. Softly, Jack spoke. Love for her. Apologized. Not give her what she needed. Shortcomings. Promised to fix everything. Believe me? Feel same way. Before fully devote myself. Resolve issues. Assure you. Handle them. Difficult. Don't want you involved in difficulties. Relationship now? Rebound feeling unfair to emotions. Patience to wait? Completely understand if not. Let me know. Part amicably. Gina. Wave of relief. Refreshing shower. Understood. Difficult, shy man. Open up. Express true feelings. Love depth. Words touched soul. Took moment. Appreciate emotions. Light movement. Freed hand from behind Jack's back. Pulled him to her. Biting kiss. Love filled. Jack's lips tingled. 9-volt battery hit. Shock gripped him. Gina's unexpected reaction. Refusal to be pushed away. Soft voice. Gentle touch. Gina. Nonsense, Jack. No more excuses. Confess love not going anywhere. By your side. Every step. Support. Help in everything. Jack arms around Gina. Grateful presence. Kissed top of head. How good she smelled. Timid whisper. Postpone house construction. Mess resolved. May not need it. Modernize, expand house. Meet your needs. Gina shocked. Asked her to move in. Clarify. Invitation to move in? Yes. Devotion shown. No, I'm just as devoted. Ring wedding? Don't mind. Marriage more than name. Promise to be faithful, devote whole lives. Really important. Rings, loyalty symbol. Simple wedding rings, both of us. Following week, Jack, Gina, Diana Morales' office. Jack determined revenge, napalm method. Diana calmly informed, couldn't help with radical plan. Ruthless person needed. Diana new colleague, similar situation. Jack's contempt for those who profit from others. Advertising agent introduced them, exchanged clients, business cooperation. Brenda. Household chores. Lack of response after DNA tests. Cautious hope. Situation resolve itself. Managed to protect kids from Rick Jr., grandfather's support. Trusted him. Rick Jr. wary of Rick Sr., police incident. Brenda's peace disturbed, loud knock. Cautiously approached, opened door. Rick Jr., face flushed. Anger, trembling body. Pile of papers, thunderous voice. Brenda! Brother lawyer, lawsuit! Brenda stepped back, anxiety. Don't know. Tell me. Despicable brother, extort ridiculous amount of money, taking care of own children, confiscated belongings, force compliance. Brenda entered house, collapsed chair, heart pounding. Oh no. Jack awake, alert, truth about children, wants revenge. If he comes after me, finished. Jack, ruthless. Comfortable lifestyle ending, fear. Rick Jr. continued speech. Another knock. Room. Brenda tried to block him out, persistent knocking louder. Sighing, got up, door. Opened it. Short man, hat, round glasses, mustache. Woman behind, video camera, flashing red light. "Mrs. Brenda Puckett?" Man asked. Nodding, confirmed identity, wordlessly. Handed her envelope. "Letter for you. Nice day." Parked car. Drove away. Brenda's heart horror. Watched them drive away. Car out of sight. Closed door. Turned. Slowly walked back chair. Terror. Dark, swirling mass. Trembling hands. Opened envelope. Fear increased. Read documents. DNA tests. Jack not father. Children. Shock. Disbelief. Other documents. Demands to return alimony. Interest. Other demands. Lawsuit. Made him believe children his. Persuaded him to marry. False accusations. Total claims prohibitive. Document from Gina Evans. Falsification of sworn testimony. Defamation. Brenda panic. Rick Jr. assured her. Company cover expenses. Mother of his children. Right? Evening, Brenda, family dinner. Rick Jr. announced feelings for each other. Chosen one now. Assured her. Take care of children. After dealing with unreasonable demands. Brother. Girlfriend. Grandfather intervened. Lawyer contact. Company not cover deception. Brenda's actions. Reminded Rick Jr. Jack suffered enough. Silence. Table. Jack's father spoke up. Why Rick Jr. shouldn't defend himself. Right to defend reputation. Company lawyers. Rick Sr. intervened. Accusations not groundless. Rick, Brenda cheated on Jack. Beginning. DNA. Children Rick Jr.'s. Jack absolutely right. Company rules, relationships, violated them all. Lawyers involved. Not confront Jack. Support company rules. Rick Jr. ignored. Randall exploded. Can't do that! I'm CEO, not you! Rick Sr. chuckled softly. Own more than half shares. Chairman of board. Ultimate decision-making power. CEO decisions overturned by board. Legal issues. Legal team not participate lawsuit. Stroke someone's ego. Rick Jr. rage. Kicked chair. Ran out of room. Hallway. Calm down. Catch breath. Rick Sr. threw down napkin. Apologized. Followed grandson. Hallway. Rick Sr. Pang of sympathy. Broken man. Quickly replaced by memories of evil Rick Jr. had done to Jack. Passed by. Soft, threatening tone. If I find out, bury you so deep, devil won't find you. Understand seriousness? Rick Jr., stunned by threat. Despite pride, arrogance, replied, How achieve that, old man? People respect me too. Try it, you'll see. Old dog hasn't forgotten how to bite. Rick Sr. went to grandson, still catching breath, lightly patted back. Apartment, Rick Sr., old notebook, phone number, St. Christopher Crossing University. Next morning, breakfast, letters Randall, Rick Jr. Demanding access, company legal advisors. Carefully examine documents, legal dispute, tidy sum. Only chance success, drag out fight. Hope Jack run out of funds. Rick Sr. adamant. Any attempt seek legal assistance, company lawyer, immediate dismissal. Inappropriate use, company assets. Understand? Left dining room quickly. Desk, dialed university number. Good morning, Professor Van Dam. Professor Davis, please. Few minutes. Familiar voice rang out. Rick, old friend. Long time, how are you? Rick Sr. smiled faintly, expression serious. Mentally fine. Physically, not so good. Later. Need favor. Concerns two people. Lenny nodded. Remembering past, supported Rick dubious case, dubious person, blackmailing student. Always had your back, Rick. What do you need? Rick Sr. sighed. Afraid you might not like it, Lenny. Plan to come to your house, recruit 2 employees, company. Lenny raised eyebrow, surprise. Which two? Jack Van Dam, Gina Evans, Rick Sr. replied. Lenny hesitated. Understand interest in Jack. Gina Evans. Talked to her recently. Told me about Jack's divorce. Came to me, looking way out situation. Desire to find Jack. Believe they are already connected. Meet with them? Ready to talk? 2 hours to get there. Leave in half hour. Join us too? Lenny agreed. I'll do it. Seem to be in hurry? Yes, Rick Sr. simply. See you in few hours. Later that day, Lenny stunned. Old friend's appearance. Frail, tired, voice strong, eyes shone. Before Lenny invited Jack, Gina, office. Tense conversation, older men. Reunion Jack, grandfather, mixed feelings. Regret, lost time, happiness, opportunity to hug again. Rick Sr., no introduction, spoke up. Jack, come back, lead company? Grandpa, Jack asked. Dad, brother? Rick Sr. smiled sadly. Unwell. Condition worsening. Won't be able to stop chaos. Terrible couple causing in company. Potential to lead company effectively. Senior abilities. Jack stunned, grabbed Gina's hand instinctively, lost for words. Why didn't you tell me? Reasons, Jack, dispel my doubts? Of course. Friend won't mind either. Building house right now. Family home. Both of us. Grandpa, Jack said, looking at Gina. Family home? Too fast? Stop taking pills? She interrupted jokingly. Jack answered quickly. Soon as possible. Want you, me, children. Agree? Gina jumped for joy, kissed Jack on lips. Yesterday, last pill? Satisfy curiosity? Rick Sr.'s stern voice interrupted tender moment. Professional environment. Office. Few hours away. Jack met Gina's gaze. Gina, barely perceptible nod approval. Jack accepted Rick Sr.'s offer. Lead company. Turning to grandfather, raised issue father, brother. Rick Sr. assured him. Resolve issue. Once Jack took over, no longer trouble. Rick admitted grudge against them, sharing Jack's feelings. Jack asked when takeover reins of government. Gina expressed joy. Jack running company. Yes, grandfather. Definitely do it. When exactly? Feel like time running out. Symptoms start soon. Pain too much. After wife's death, Lenny, others, small private clinic, end-of-life care. Arranged to go there, 10 days. Soon after that, Grandpa said sadly. Jack lost in thought. Gina? Secrecy? Feeling Randall, Rick Jr. stop at nothing, protect lifestyle. Rick Jr. annoyed with Jack. Threaten him when tried to use company legal resources, fight Jack's lawsuits. Grandpa replied. Plan to fight off Randall, Rick Jr. Want me to take care of it? Prefer yourself? Rick Sr. wearily replied. Get on with it. Tired. After Rick's death, message trusted persons, office, workshop, factory, blocking entire company, software, ransomware program, employees sent home, full pay, lockdown duration, already provided. Lenny added. Jack? Gina shocked. Scale of plan. Asked about role. Informed, important, no action before reading will. Everything clear then. Take over management, Randall. Rick Jr. least of worries. Grandfather said wearily. Settled situation. Write letter, explaining everything detail. Meantime, better stay in dark current events. Grandpa, visit clinic? Jack asked, voice trembling. Sorry, son. Better if you stay away. Want to be alone? Meet Creator. Not pleasant sight. Grandfather replied. Goodbye. One more thing. Promise me, take care of Mother. She's as innocent as you are. Promise, Grandpa. Take care of her. Jack assured him, heavy heart. Said goodbye. Jack left with Gina. Mixed feelings. Took while digest heartbreaking news. Silence. Jack sighed heavily. Going to miss old man. Father figure. More than own father. Only paid attention to Rick Jr. Gina simply hugged Jack, kissed him comfortingly, whispering, "I know." 2 weeks later, Jack completed negotiations. Contractor, complete house in woods. News prompted Jack, speed up finishing house. Nate recommended contractor, fast, reliable, high quality. Decision lived together. Jack began renovate house. Spacious 5 bedrooms, 2 living rooms. Renovation included deep geothermal heating, power supply, solar panels, 2 wind turbines. Jack outside house, pondering sad news. Gina arrived, partially calmed him down. Jack feeling part of himself taken away. Next day, lawyer contacted him, reading will. Jack, accompanied by Gina, prepared. Black sedan following them. Quickly turned parking lot, adjacent to mall. "Get out." Car stopped next to them. Woman got out, signaled roll down window. Jack complied, engine on, foot on gas pedal, until she showed ID. "Sir, FBI. Protect you. Case resolved. Reading. Act unaware of presence. Everything revealed during reading Mr. Van Dam's wishes." Jack entered conference room, Gina waiting area. Relatives gathered. Rick Jr. grinned maliciously. "Prodigal son returned, rightful share." Before finished, Barb, lawyer interrupted. "Behave yourself, sir. Escorted out." Lawyer warned sternly. Rick Jr. tried speak again. Lawyer repeated firmly, "Behave yourself. Don't know how to behave? Wait outside. Understand?" Rick Jr. muttered. Lawyer repeated, "Can't make out a word. Understand. Break rules again. Expelled." Randall wanted to intervene. Rick Jr. stopped him. Imperious gesture. Lawyer could not be contradicted. "Great. Nonsense eliminated. Proceed formalities." Wizard Gandalf from Lord of Rings image appeared in front of Jack. Behavior lawyer. Friendly, gentle, annoyed, tough, unforgiving. Jack reality, heard name called. Announcement, assets in office, only son, Jacob Randall Van Dam, heir, chairman of board, Van Am Aeronautical Industries. Jack puzzled. Grandfather's statement. Only son. Wasn't father only son? Confused. Figure out situation. Mother unperturbed. Smile. Randall. Rick Jr. Anger. "I'm his son. Rick Jr., my son," Randall shouted. Ready fight lawyer. Lawyer unperturbed. Ignored outburst. Pressed button. 4 men entered room. Tore off gorilla's arms. Confidently positioned themselves next to angry men. One growled at Randall. "Don't want me to hurt you, sir?" Randall retreated quickly. Rick Jr., lack self-control, tried to attack Jack, shouting, "I'll finish you, bastard!" Moment later, Rick Jr. sitting, painfully squeezing thumb, wrist. "Restoring order," lawyer continued. "Dear friend Rufus foresaw unpleasant situation. Asked gentlemen to be present. Keep peace." Turned to Randall. "Mr. Van Dam. Genetic data. Proving you not his son. Divorced your mother. Rufus Jr., not his grandson." Lawyer paused. Randall understood seriousness. "After learning about your mistreatment of wife, extravagant lifestyle, company expense, escort girls, proposed to your wife. She agreed, became pregnant by Rufus Van Dam. Notarized affidavits. Additional genetic data confirm Jacob Randall Van Dam, second son, Anne Van Dam Hansen, Rufus Van Dam." Randall's anger boiled over. Attacked wife. Infidelity accusations. "Betrayed me. Actions. Consequences. Make sure you run into them," shouted angrily. Lawyer intervened, signaled 2 men restrain Randall. Rick Jr. sitting, fish in water. Lawyer turned to men. Note threats, aggressive behavior. Randall, evidence involvement, major embezzlement scheme, son. Embezzled 6 million, company, finance rampant lifestyle. Not counting undisclosed amount, Cayman Islands. Involved sale, security-sensitive technologies, unauthorized organizations, rogue states, competitors, government agencies, national security, IRS, FBI, thorough investigation, both of you. Cooperate or not, obligation help with investigation. Looking 4 men holding Randall Rick Jr. calmly asked, escort these people to exit, hand them over authorities. Brenda stood outside, watched Jack enter house with Gina. True to promise, Gina hugged Jack tightly. Marriage world collapsed. Rick Jr., father, left building. Driver's licenses checked. Half-hour later, taken away. Different cars. Panic seized Brenda. Clung to one of men, leading father, son to police. Can't give details, ma'am. They will help authorities. Investigation. Long process. Man told her. Another man joined conversation. Wanted for fraud, embezzlement, industrial espionage, transfer secret technologies, countries under sanctions. Doubt you'll see them next 2 decades. Who takes seat company board of directors? Brenda asked, unease. Man who came with woman on his arm. She answered. Didn't know everything happened at home. Knew Jack won. Leaving her without luxurious lifestyle, legal protection, Rick Jr. assured her. Depressed, headed car, belonged to Rick Jr. Discovered unlocked, keychain thrown on panel. Upset, depressed, went home. Month later, Brenda, desperate situation. Small salary, not enough. Lifestyle used to. Plan to make more money, cut costs. Worried about kids' education. Only solution, convince Jack, help with kids. Tearing him away from another woman. Relationship with Rick Jr., excessive partying, drinking, his insistence. Plastic surgery, changes body after kids. Stomach tightened, breasts tightened, enlarged, face tightened, lips permanent. Lost natural beauty, initially attracted Jack. Singer Cher, unnatural glow, waxy. Brenda ignored, confident replaced Gina. Early morning, car parked, see who leaving house. Jack, leave, come back later. Gina, wait few minutes, make sure doesn't come back. Knock door, win husband back. Blue Nissan Rogue appeared, quickly disappeared around corner. Checked makeup, waited 5 minutes, got out, front door. Jack designed, built part house. Mental note, admire work. Suggest changes, house more suitable for him. House on hill, faced north. Front, 2 large windows. Either side door, decorative shutters. Brenda adjusted shirt, emphasized cleavage, knocked. Sound echoed through house. Waited patiently, time dragged on. Verge of giving up, leaving. About to leave, door opened soundlessly. Jack stood front of her, face unreadable, silent, not inviting her in. Seductively, greeted him. Hi, Jack. You look good. Life treating you well? Jack simply replied, Brenda, knew you were coming. What do you want? Talk. Won't you invite me in? He sighed. Let's get this over with. Come in. Led her to office, closest room. Didn't want Brenda see rest of house. Guessing why she came, invited her to sit. Chair other side of table. Okay, Brenda. What do you want from me? Aren't you going to give me tour of rest of house? Brenda asked. No, why should I? Jack replied. Tell me why you're here. Jack, really so blind? Don't understand destined to be together? Past 2 children? Need you to come back to me. Jack stared at Brenda. Crazy? Aloud. Past, yes. My version. Very different from yours. Completely crazy. Think we have chance reuniting, Jack said firmly. Brenda didn't look stunned. Ruined everything, yes. Still think about kids. Can't support them, way I have to. They're not even mine. Proof, Rick Jr.'s. Why should I be responsible? You've been taking care of them, great job. Rick Jr., never capable. Brenda continued. Jack sighed, reluctantly agreed. Take care of them. Mom asked me to. Don't want money to fall into your hands. Not interested in improving your lifestyle. Brenda stunned. Not expected. Always able manipulate him before. Realized everything changed after divorce. Wanted Jack take care of her kids. Not going to be easy this time. Resorted new tactic. Jack. Soft, seductive tone. Understand. Hurt you. All because of Rick Jr.'s influence. Now he's gone. Useful to each other. Imagine what I can offer you, bedroom. Skills, speechless, forget frivolous woman, come back to me. Full life together, family should. Short silence. Jack no reaction. Brenda decided she won. Words opposite effect. Man standing front of her. Embody traits, woman of easy virtue. Appearance, actions. Given history, better stay away. Won't lay finger on you. Children, arranged for them. St. Christopher's Crossing. Olivia study there. Brian, grandmother, until college. Obviously, not able to take proper care of him, provide secure home. Took care of that. Shouldn't expect financial help from me. You owe me money. Jack's words hung in air. Brenda sat in daze. If you try to resist, file fraud, extortion report. He threatened, voice cold, calculating. Inform authorities. Children not mine. Because of this, you robbed me during divorce. Now get lost. Had enough. Finished speaking, door creaked open. Gina cautiously entered room. Jack looked at her. Come in. Guest about to leave. Heavy heart. Brenda got up. Door. Realizing relationship really over. Gina came into room, beaming. Noticeably enlarged belly. Purposefully walked up to Jack, kissed cheek. Low voice, confirmed suspicions to him. Jack's grin widened, confirming news. Brenda couldn't contain excitement. You're pregnant! Realizing plans wasted. Gina, Jack exchanged meaningful glances, silently acknowledging new chapter. Jack nodded slightly. Gina turned to Brenda, quietly shared. Yes, I'm pregnant. Want to give Jack children he's always dreamed of. Brenda taken aback. Heard you're already leaving. Need to start making plans. Example, redo children's room. Suddenly dawned on Brenda. Children? Gina's face glowing with joy. Yes. Expecting twins. 3 months pregnant. Worried stomach started to swell so early. First ultrasound, both babies not visible, one hidden behind other. Second ultrasound confirmed presence 2 babies, their gender. Brenda kissed Jack passionately, whispered, Boys. Brenda exploded. You can't leave me like that. Don't leave me to my fate. Take care of my children. Your niece, nephew. Jack, dropping politeness, replied tone Brenda knew too well. Gina hadn't seen yet. Not sure about my connection to Olivia, Brian. Understand, Randall, not biological son, Rick Sr. I'm also not biological son, Rick Jr. Child, Rick Sr. Despite sharing mother. Brenda hasn't spoken to them since Randall, Rick Jr. arrested. Anne distanced herself too. Didn't want anything to do with her. Obvious to Brenda. Really lonely. Isolated. Dilapidated apartment. Struggling, make ends meet. Forced sell off possessions, one by one. lost in thoughts, barely paid attention, Jack's words, until he spoke again. "If it were up to me, you could rot in hell." Coldly. "But my mother, Gina think you'll remain broken, helpless. Reminded me, still mother of your children. May feel obligated take care of you. Don't want them to do that. Arranged simple physical job for you?" Brenda struggling, make ends meet, desperately trying job. Rent, basic living expenses. Many applications, constantly refused. No other options, faced fact, search of work, far away, separating her from children. Desperation, Jack handed her business card, address, phone number. Stressing, last chance, keep in touch with children. Gina added, job offer, very important. Only opportunity available after upcoming trials. Not taking advantage, Brooke risks losing custody children. Olivia live in St. Christopher's Crossing. Brian live with Anne, well aware of betrayal, committed towards man they considered father. Gina added. Made clear with gesture, time for Brenda leave. Doorstep. Gina delivered final blow. I came out winner. Have Jack. I, going to have kids. Your selfishness ruined Jack. Bet on wrong man. Guided only by mercantile desires. Best man next to me, you are left with nothing. Gina looked sternly at Brenda. Listen carefully. Dare to make attempt on Jack, I will not hesitate intervene. Any attempt manipulate children, harm Jack, not go unpunished. I will not rest until you are completely defeated. Brenda stunned, Gina's direct threats, palpable hostility. Answer me. Understand your abuse of Jack will stop? Did you understand my words? Gina's voice strong, almost scream. Brenda replied quietly. Yes, I understand. Not allowed to communicate with Jack directly, only through Gina. Yeah, now go away, they ordered her. Few hours ago, Brenda full of self-confidence, standing front of mirror. Now world collapsed, less than hour. Depressed, Brenda headed car. Gina sat down next to Jack, whispered to herself. Now you belong only to me. Been so long, but we're finally reunited. Gina stood up, pulled Jack after her. We need to practice. Confused, Jack asked, Train for what? For number 3, of course. She replied, giggling, led him into bedroom.